Okay, can you guys hear me all right? Sorry, I forgot to have my mic unplugged. And I was testing out I was just testing out a few settings, but can you guys hear me? You guys hear me all right? Okay, good. Okay. All right. I'm right. I'm literally uploading my state of play review. I'm up. I'm literally uploading it right now. Like it's at 91%, and I'm just currently adding the tags. So, did you guys see state of play? Just all right. I think. Blade. Blade 2024. Okay, I think that's good for tags for now. You like the new webcam? Thank you. Okay. What are my thoughts on the 9 minute trailer of Death Stranding 2 on the beach? I actually talked about it in my video that I'm uploading. I'm a little concerned. I think story wise it looks okay. Gameplay wise, I'm afraid it's gonna be the same as the first game in terms of the grind because I like Death Stranding 2, but it took a while to get to the point where it was enjoyable because for like the good first, I'd say 70% of that game, you literally are just walking from point A to point B. You're setting up the chiral networks and you're building the highway that you need to transport materials. And it seems like we're doing that again, but this time it's in Mexico. I didn't really see anything too innovative. I mean, even the combat gameplay looked very, very similar to Death Stranding 1. So I'm just like, I hope they do something that they either speed up the pace or they do something that makes it feel a little bit different. But as far as I've seen, I'm just concerned. Story wise, it looks good. But gameplay wise, that was always my biggest problem. And even though for me, for Kojima games, I've always been more interested in its story than its gameplay. But now that he doesn't have Metal Gear Solid to fall back on, I think he needs to introduce a fun aspect. And I think that was not really present very much over the course of Death Stranding. Death Stranding was a really, really hard game to get into. If you are not a fan of Kojima's style of storytelling, I could understand why most people I've talked to were not a fan of it. And I perfectly understand why. That is a hard game to get into. Okay. Uh, I did the Silent Hill games look pretty interesting. Not a Silent Hill fan, but heck, I did. I mean, I appreciate they announced that apparently they have like a new first-person Silent Hill game that's currently out. So, I'm glad for them. Okay. Yeah. My state of play review it's processing right now. So, I'm literally editing it right while I'm talking to you guys. So, and remember, today's stream is 2 hours. So we're gonna be doing this all the way up till 6 o'clock, and then at 6:15 we're gonna jump onto YouTube and do a mystery gaming stream. I haven't told, so it's a mystery what today's game is going to be, but every week on Wednesday it's gonna be a different game. So yeah, and by the way, I just want to give a massive thank you to Zach Tarf for showing up yesterday at the Twitch stream. He was the only one there. He is the first person to watch me on Twitch this year. So he is currently number one. And I'm just gonna make a challenge right now to everyone else who missed the Twitch stream. If Zach is the only person to show up to the next Twitch stream, which is going to be at the same time on Monday, if he is the only one that shows up for like the first 30 minutes, then I'm going to show him an exclusive look at all of the matches that I have planned for Versus Series Season 7. It's not official yet. It's if we get to my subscriber goal of 90,000 by the end of the year. But if he is the only one that shows up, I will show him exclusively all 10 matches that I already have planned and scripted. They're already done. They've been done for like about half a year. So I just need to start filming and editing and then uploading. But the matches are already set. They're already scripted. They're already done. I just gotta do them one by one over the course of 2025. So, but that's only if he's the only one to show up. So you, Zach, if you show up again and no one else does, you're gonna get an exclusive look because you were number one. So you're awesome. What's up, Vampire? You love new camera. What's up, Sean? Welcome, Anthony. You have a Okay, Sean. I could do a Lego collection, but my Lego collection really isn't all that big. I mean, I do have some Legos, but like, it's my younger sister who has like the massive Lego collection. Like, she easily has, I'd say, like close to $15,000 worth of Legos, and they're like infested all over her room. So like, I'm not the Lego person, but if you would like me to do a Lego collection, I'll do it. But like, her collection is like she could actually have started her own YouTube channel, like I'd say 2 years ago, and she'd be pretty popular now. Which Lucasfilm property do I prefer, Star Wars or Indiana Jones? Oh, that is Star Wars, easily, easily. Vampire says you didn't you say it was going to be Metal Gear Solid? No, I didn't think so. However, Kojima did announce that he was working on another action espionage game, but they didn't give us the name. I really wish they had at least given us the name. So it's nice to know that he wants to kind of go back to his roots and do something that's kind of in the light of something like Metal Gear. But hopefully it'll be a little bit different, and he'll probably have much more general control over what exactly is going to be the game, what the game is going to be about. So I'm curious what that is. But again, I wish they had given us a name. Your thoughts on Pale Word? Oh, geez. Oh, bro's here. Oh, shoot. Hey, guys, everyone. Smooth Ace is my brother. He's here. So say hi to him, because he was actually the very first subscriber for my channel. Oh, I didn't think you'd show up, but yeah. Welcome. Pale Word, isn't it, bro? Isn't it that Pokemon ripoff? Like, I was at the gym talking to my personal trainer, and he mentioned that to me. And apparently there might be like some sort of lawsuit because it looks like they're just flat out copying Pokemon, but like not even trying to hide it. But I haven't played it. I've just seen it, and that's just what I've heard. But like, it's a Pokemon ripoff. Vengeance wants to know, what are my thoughts on the allegations of Vince McMahon allegations? Ooh, that's a dark topic. If these allegations are true, I think Vince McMahon needs to go to jail because those acts are very despicable. He had been through something not exactly like this. I mean, I remember back in I want to say the 90s, he was accused of providing like steroids to certain wrestlers. They did a whole Dark Side of the Ring episode about that. But if these allegations are really true, then yeah, he shouldn't get away with them. He should definitely do some jail time. Like, that kind of act is very, very disgusting and despicable. Any human that does that is not okay with me. That's beyond disgusting. What are my... Dang, I'm getting my eyes on that. Have I played Burnout Paradise? Yes, I do have a copy of Burnout Paradise on PlayStation 3. Yes, I do. I enjoyed it. Do a top 10 favorite singers. That would be tough. Singers, it would be a mixture of like individual singers and bands. So that would be tough. Boda wants to know, what do I think of Stellar Blade? Personally, for me, I think it's an interesting game to be intriguing to have. Keep an eye on it. It reminds me, atmospheric-wise, it reminds me a lot of Nier Automata, with gameplay similar to something like Bayonetta and Devil May Cry with RPG elements. That's what it looks like to me. So that's definitely a must-play game. Anytime you can introduce RPG elements to a different genre of gaming and do it well, that's a day one play for me. So yeah, I will absolutely be playing that game when it comes out next month. What do I think of the new Rey Skywalker movie? Okay, number one, she's not a Skywalker. Let's cut that out. She's not a Skywalker, and I'm not seeing it. Well, I didn't even see the last two Star Wars movies. Like, I didn't even see, what the hell was it? The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. I didn't even see those films. So why the hell would I want to see a Rey movie, who's the most despised Star Wars character since Jar Jar Binks? I'm like, I'm not even interested. Why would I even waste my time with that? Hey, have I seen the new State of Play? Yes, Vampire A. I watched it. I immediately filmed a video about it, and I am uploading a video on it as we speak. Like, seriously, like, let me show you. Hang on. Like, hang on. Like, I'm literally... Hang on. Like, it might be hard to see. But, like, I'm literally uploading it. Like, as we speak. See, might be hard to see. See, state of play review, a game changer or disappointment. I'm literally uploading it as we're streaming as we're live streaming right now. So yeah, that is coming. I did do a whole video about that. So yeah. I mean, isn't your stream going to be Metal Gear Solid? Oh no, it's going to be a mystery. So it's going to be different. So remember, for Twitch, it's going to be a certain game that I'm going to play from beginning to end, but YouTube, it's going to be a mystery game. It would have been Metal Gear, but I decided to jump into Final Fantasy because I thought that would get more attention. But yeah. Thoughts on the new Ghostbusters movie trailer? It looks fine. It looks good. I'm definitely gonna go see it. I like how the older cast. It looks like they're playing a much bigger role. I think my only complaint with the last Ghostbusters film is that I wasn't a fan that the older cast were nothing more but glorified cameos. They were only in the film for like 5 minutes. I would have liked to have seen them be more involved, but it does appear that is what they're going to be doing with this next Ghostbusters movie, and therefore I'm really excited to see it. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be checking that film out. Do I have any favorite rail shooter games? Rail shooters? I think the ones that stand out to me the most, I really liked the old school Terminator 2 arcade game, if you guys remember that. There's also a 4-player Halo on-rail shooter that is at this import arcade here in town. I really like that. I also like the 2 Resident Evil rail shooter games in the form of Darkside Chronicles and Umbrella Chronicles. I really liked those. Also, you have to remember, Dead Space Extraction. That was a on-rail shooter. It was first on the Wii, and then they brought it over to the PlayStation 3 with the Move. So I liked that one. So those are just those are like 5 on-rail shooters off the top of my head that I really, really enjoyed. Top 10 band. That might be tough, but I'll see if I can pull that over. James wants to know, what are my thoughts about the other wrestling shows like TNA and AEW? I don't watch TNA or AEW. I'm sticking to WWE, but I don't even watch that often. I mean, I watch clips of it, but it has been years since I've actually watched a full episode of Raw or SmackDown, and I don't even watch NXT. So yeah. Are you going to see the Batman Part 2? Why wouldn't I, Sean? Well, I'm a Batman fan. Why wouldn't I see another Batman film? Why can't you give Infamous 2 a 10 out of 10? Oh, I'm surprised you remember that. I think my problem it's a 9.5. It's a really good game. I think the thing that just holds it back is just I think there are certain story elements that are stretched that don't add anything to the conclusion. That's about it. I mean, so the side missions, those are great, but I felt that there were certain story elements that weren't needed. Like if they had removed those and made the story a little bit tighter, I probably might have given it a 10 out of 10. But it's still absolutely phenomenal game. Way better than Infamous 1. Although I will say that the twist in Infamous 1 is, to this day, still one of the most shocking twists that I have ever seen in a game. So I will say that. Alright. What else you got from me, guys? The only thing that caught my attention state of play was the Sonic stuff. Really? Yeah, my brother would love that. I'm not sure how he feels about the 3D Sonic games, but he is an absolute obsessive nerd when it comes to Sonic in a good way, bro. I know you love Sonic. I was more of a Mario fan. I know you love Sonic. You're a cool nerd. Do I have a shoe collection video? Yes, I do. I have a collection of 16 different Air Jordan 1s. I think I've done a video about that. I'm not sure if I should do an updated video. But make sure you know that if in the event I die, unfortunately, it is in my will that my bro gets all my shoes. So, bro, you should know that, yeah, you're going to get 16 different pairs of Air Jordan 1s in different colors. Which I think cost-wise might range to close to $5,000. So hopefully you won't get my shoes, unfortunately, but just so you know. And I do believe we do wear the same shoe size, so that should work for you. You just said it was going to be Final Fantasy, not a mystery anymore. No. That's not no. The mystery is for Twitch. The mystery is for YouTube. You don't know what the YouTube game's gonna be. The YouTube stream game is a mystery. The Twitch game is always going to be announced. So I announced that it was going to be. It was originally going to be Metal. It was first Resident Evil. Then I switched it to maybe Metal Gear, and then I thought, let's play a newer game. And then I switched over to Final Fantasy 16. So Twitch is Final Fantasy 16. The YouTube one, the stream that we're going to have after this one today, you don't know what that is. I've already picked the game, but you won't know what it is. And when we do this again next week, it's going to be a completely different game that you're not going to know about. So that's the mystery. Hell yeah, Terminator 2 on rail was great. Thoughts on the games moving forward, digital only? Bro, that can't work. There are so many problems with digital pure gaming. Like, there's a reason why I haven't played Alan Wake 2. I refuse to pay full price for a game that I really won't own. I like the idea of holding my games. I like the idea of having this game and being able to hand it to a friend of mine so he can play and give it back. I like the idea of going to a game store and trading something in. I don't like this idea of paying full price for a game that I don't own, that they can take off the library at any time and you have no control over that. That's what I'm not a supporter of. That's why I feel that if we ever get to a point where we're going to pure digital gaming, that might be time for me to walk away. Like, so many people I know who are my age, their PlayStations are disc. I know that a lot of people have digital only PlayStations and that helps them save space. But like, even me and my bro, we're physical only. So yeah, bro, I'm going physical all the way as long as we can. Okay, copyright, everything's good. State of play, everything's good. Publish. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys want to double screen, but now I have officially uploaded my State of Play review video, which I'm currently sharing on Twitter right now, and now I'm sharing it on my Facebook right now. So it is now up. So I don't know, maybe you want to double screen it and watch my review while we're still in the stream. So yeah. Yeah, that Halo Fireteam Raven. Yep, Zach, that's exactly what the game is. You heard that they were making a sequel to Gladiator, but I'm curious on how they're going to bring back Russell Crowe's character. I don't even know. I don't think it's going to revolve around his character. I think it's going to revolve around the son. I think it's going to revolve around him. I heard that maybe there might be some element where, like, Maximus is in a state of limbo. Like, I remember Russell Crowe, he was talking about it, and he said that, well, it may be possible that he's in, like, a spiritual realm where he's killed too many people, so he can't go to heaven, but he's too good of a man that he doesn't go to hell. So he's kind of stuck in this limbo position. So maybe Maximus might be able to communicate from beyond the grave. I mean, I really don't know how that's going to work. But yeah, I don't think Gladiator ever needed a sequel, but heck, we'll see what they do. You may be digging a deeper hole in terms of favorite hack and slash games, but alongside Devil May Cry, God of War, what is my third favorite hack and slash game? Off the top of my head, hack and slash games. Devil May Cry, God of War, what's a good one? I think maybe Kingdom Hearts, maybe that acts as like a hack and slash, maybe a little bit. That's more of like an action RPG. Damn, I might have to think about that. Yeah, that's a good question. I'll have to think about that one. Sean, you want to know, you said you were done with superhero films. No. I was done with Marvel movies. Batman is its own thing. That has been my biggest problem with these cinematic universes, is that I don't feel like watching all these extra projects that they're doing. Like, the last Marvel film I saw was Infinity War. I have not seen one since then. And I think the last DC film I saw was the Suicide Squad, but that was during COVID, so I have not seen Blue Beetle. I was not going to see Aquaman 2, but yeah, like the Batman, that's its own solo thing. That I'm a fan of. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see these cinematic universes. I'm tired of those, so yeah. What keeps Final Fantasy VII from being in the 10 out of 10 club? Final Fantasy VII, it's good. It's just, when you've played other Final Fantasy games, they're just better at it in certain departments. So, like, as much as I love Final Fantasy VII, it's the most important video game I've ever played, and my brother introduced me to it. So I thank him every day for that. It's just like story wise, final boss wise, it's not the best. Music wise, it's great, but other Final Fantasy games have better music. Combat's a little bit better in other Final games. So it's just like there's not one element of Final Fantasy VII that I think is all time best in the franchise. Overall, it's still my second favorite Final Fantasy game of all time, yes, but like there's other things about it, whether it's either its visuals, or its story, or it's music, or it's combat, or it's exploration, or it's items back. It's like there's certain elements that I think were better in other Final Fantasy games. Not only Final Fantasy games that came after 7, but Final Fantasy games that came before it. So there's never one element of Final Fantasy 7 I think is all-time great. So I think that's just the one thing that keeps it out of being 10 out of 10. But I don't think that's a bad thing, because that goes to the core of why I'm still a gamer, or the type of gamer that I am today. So yeah, no fault, nothing hard about that. Do you think the T-1000 would kick Cal Kestis' ass in a fight? Probably not. I don't know what the T-1000 could do against someone who can use the Force. So, no, I think Cal Kestis could handle the T-1000 pretty easily. And a lightsaber can melt metal. Can melt it. So, probably slashing it might cause some serious damage to a T-1000. Do you have to remember, extreme heat killed the T-1000 in Terminator 2. So, knowing how hot a lightsaber can be, a lightsaber probably could do some serious damage to a T-1000. Vampire, you're a Sonic nerd too, and you're also a Sonic nerd, Vampire. Like, hey, there's nothing wrong with Sonic. Sonic's cool. Love the first 2 movies. I look forward to seeing the next Sonic movie 3, which comes out later this year, which I heard Hayden Christensen is going to do the voice of Shadow. I thought that Keanu Reeves might do it, but if Hayden Christensen does the voice for Shadow, that's perfect. I think he's going to do a phenomenal job, and I look forward to seeing him do something outside of Star Wars. So yeah, I'm all for that. Do an update shoe collection. Okay. Yeah, when I find time. But okay, yeah. I think maybe I've picked up maybe 3 or 4 different pairs since I did that video. But yeah, sure. If you guys want to see my Air Jordan 1 collection, I'll do it. Daniel, yeah, we just talked about Sonic 3, so we don't need to go over it again. Do I think the Milwaukee Bucks will win the NBA championship this year? Will Doc Rivers as the new head coach? No, absolutely not. I still think my Boston Celtics are still the top team. They're going to be able to take out Milwaukee. They won't have to deal with the Heat, which the Heat had no business going 7 games with them. And I think it was a big mistake that they even made it to the finals, because, again, they were practically swept by the Nuggets. I think that this year is definitely the best year for the Boston Celtics to win the championship. I don't know about next year, but I have all the confidence in the world for this year. And I especially need this to happen because I am not happy about this Super Bowl coming up. I said I want the Chiefs to lose badly, and every team that I've hoped would take them out has failed. So now I have to hopefully think that the 49ers can get the job done, because I swear to God, if I have to keep hearing this, I'm going to want to blow my head off with a 12-gauge shotgun. It's like, is this what it felt like for everyone who was not a Patriots fan for like the last 20 years? At least the last decade. Like, is this what it felt like? Like, to have that one team that you just hate because they keep winning and it feels like the refs are manipulating the rules so that they can win. Like, is this what it felt like? Because I don't like this feeling. I mean, I'm fine with the Patriots sucking, but like, I just hate the Chiefs right now. Like, is this what it felt like? Tell me. You like Luke Skywalker from Episode 6 could handle a fight with someone like Dooku? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Oh my God. Are you crazy? Absolutely not. Luke would be totally dismantled by Dooku, and Darth Maul would overwhelm him. Like, I'm not saying he can't put up a fight, but like against Dooku and Maul? Absolutely not. Zach, you are a physical PlayStation fan player myself. Good. How's the health? I'm doing better. Still going to the gym twice a week. I almost passed out at the gym today, which I guess that's a good thing. And I'm still, keeping track of my blood pressure, so that's good. And I'm still taking my medication once every day, so that's good. Just got a notification of your video. Good. It's nice to know that people can are getting notifications. Yeah, I hope all of you guys have your notifications bells on. I hope you guys do. So, yeah. Okay, and only 4 reviews. I swear to God, I hate this YouTube algorithm. No matter what I do, I cannot. My videos are constantly being hidden. I have no idea why. That pisses me off. Suicide Squad killed the Joker. I saw that. I'm not acknowledging that. That is stupid. That is not Arkham Batman. That is the biggest FU I've ever seen. That is not how that Batman is going out. Like, I refuse to acknowledge that. What are my top 5 open world sandbox games? Okay, just off the top of my head, sandbox games like Infamous, Prototype, I think Assassin's Creed counts one, maybe Grand Theft Auto, I don't know, what else? Maybe, I don't know, I can't think of a fifth one off the top of my head. I really have to still think. Metal Gear Solid Rising is a good hack and slash. Oh, I forgot about that. That was an incredible hack and slash game. It's just afraid that we never got a sequel because I absolutely would have supported a sequel. This may sound out of question, but have I seen Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget? No, I did not see that. I didn't feel that Chicken Run needed a sequel. I saw the original one when I was much younger in theaters, but when I heard they were doing a sequel to Chicken Run, I was like, why? Like, does anyone even remember the first one? So I thought that was weird. What is my biggest problem with Spider-Man 2 and its story? I can't remember. My biggest problem was they were pushing Miles so hard, and I'm not a fan of Miles. They were making Peter to be such an asshole and a dick, and they were pushing Miles like so hard. It's ridiculous. And I'm like, I see the direction they're going with the story, and I don't like it. I don't support it. I have no interest in seeing where the story goes. And when they released the third Spider-Man game, I have no plans on playing it. I got as far as I did in Spider-Man 2, and I quit, deleted my file, and I said, I don't want to play this game anymore. I have no interest in the sequel. I see what they're doing. I do not support it. I want nothing to do with it. Boda, he wants to know, personally, I think while it isn't as good as the first film, it is somewhat worthy of a sequel to watch. I hope you're right, but, you know. James, you want to know, I know Attack of the Clones gets a lot of bad rap, but there are a few moments you like in that movie. Yeah, absolutely. I did this in my ranking. I said that it has its moment. Anything involving Obi-Wan Kenobi works. Ewan McGregor is like the one consistent great thing about the Star Wars prequels. There is not a single moment throughout the prequels I think that Ewan McGregor's Kenobi is bad. In fact, Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi is my favorite character across all the films by a wide margin. So anytime he's on screen in episode 2, I'm locked and it works just fine with me. Absolutely. And there's some good things about episode 2 that I like. Yeah, there's some key scenes. Who would win in a fight, Kratos or Dante and Virgil? Wait, who would win if Kratos took on Dante and Virgil? Well, I don't like doing versus questions, but you need to be specific. Which Kratos are we dealing with? Are we dealing with Ragnarok Kratos? Are we dealing with God of War 4 Kratos? Are we dealing with God of War 3? And what Dante and Virgil are we using? Are we using Devil May Cry 3 Dante and Virgil? Are we using Devil May Cry 4 Dante and Virgil? Are we using Devil May Cry 5? There's different tiers to this, so you gotta be specific. You like the Sonic movies, but do you also like the games? If so, you're my favorite. I would say my favorite probably was the second one on the Genesis. It's been a long time since I played a Sonic game, but yeah. Who would win, Cloud or... I don't know who Zora is. I don't know who that is. Who would win, Naked Snake or Isaac Clarke? I really don't like doing versus questions. Let's go on to something else. Like that's too much of a mixture. It's kind of ridiculous. That's ridiculous to try to compare those two. Okay, good. I don't mean to poke fun at you, but I remember your favorite Devil May Cry song is Bury the Light, but I think that song is your favorite because your favorite character is Virgil. Yes, that's exactly why. Up to that point, Virgil did not have his own theme song, so once he got his own, yeah, it works for me. Sean, he wants to know, is The Amazing Spider-Man 2 a top 10 worst movie of all time? No, I don't hate that movie. It's got problems, but I don't hate that movie. No. Judas Phillip, the Cartoon King. Yo, how y'all doing? I am doing fine, Judas, and welcome to the stream. I think you're new, so that's good. And we only have 8 people here. Oh, I thought we'd have a bit more because we're doing 2 hours, so we still have a good hour and a half to go. So maybe more, hopefully more people will show up. The fact that you look at Arkham Knight as the Dark Knight Rises of the trilogy is pretty cool way to look at it. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I would say that it's not quite the same because I think if I was ranking the primary 3 Arkham games, I would go Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and then Arkham Knight. And I just think that the third entry of the Dark Knight trilogy in the Arkham series, which I'm not counting Origins because that's a prequel, I think that those are the weakest entries. But they're still great games. They're still fantastic games. Like, absolutely. Like, that movie came out in 2012. That was still my favorite movie of that year. I just think, like, it's the weakest. Like, I don't think that's a nod at it. Like, there's plenty of trilogies that are great that have weakest entry. Like, look at Lord of the Rings. You have The Fellowship, Two Towers, and Return of the King. Personally, I would say out of those 3, I think maybe Fellowship is the slight weakest one, and then I would go with Two Towers, and then Return of the King. But they're all phenomenal movies. Just like I think I enjoy this one a little bit more. This is the one that I would watch more than the other ones, or like Star Wars. Like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. What's my biggest goal in life? That's a good one. To hopefully feel like I didn't waste my life when I finally die. And if I do, I hope I did some good to those I care most about. And that I'm not forgotten. I'm at the point in my life where I'm not sure if I'll ever get married or I'll find someone special or I'll have kids. And if that's the case, I hope I do the best I can with the life I have. I don't think I'll ever be worthy enough to be a husband or a good boyfriend or father. And I'm going into uncharted territories because I don't know anyone who was able to live a fulfilled life and not consider leaving something behind. That's why on my will and my beneficiaries are my brother, my sister, and my mom. So I just hope that if I do die, that I left a positive impression on them. At least that's what I hope. Just that's tough. That goes pretty deep. Yeah, and the disrespectful is Kevin Conroy. Yeah, I did think that was disrespectful. I was pissed off when I saw it. I was like, what the hell are they doing? Like, if you're gonna kill Batman off, like, at least do it in a respectful way. Like, we've had stories where Batman has died, but it's always been like in sacrifice to something. Like, but that was just like a spit in the face and a kick in the nuts. Way to piss on a dead man's grave. Do a top 5 PlayStation exclusive open world games. I'll see if I can. Miles to me is like the Black Tom Holland. That is a very good comparison because I don't like Spider Boy either. How is it that Batman can solo his entire Rogues Gallery in one night in the Arkham games, but he can't even handle the Suicide Squad? I don't know. That's why I don't like that. I don't acknowledge that game. That was just that was like one of the most disrespectful things I've seen Batman do. I'll say this. That is the most disrespectful thing I've seen happen to Batman since his role in the Justice League films, which they somehow made me question why the hell is Batman even here, because he is completely useless. Like, you could remove Batman from that film and I don't think it would change. Like, that's how useless he felt to me. Well, I chalked Peter being that way because of the black suit. I don't buy that. I've seen black suit versions of him where he wasn't that mopey. Is Spider-Man 2 PlayStation 1 of the worst games I've ever played? It's not one of the worst games I've ever played, but it's one of those games that its story pissed me off. And I just wasn't having fun with it. I know that people like it and they love it, and that's fine, but it just didn't feel right to me. Devil May Cry 3 and God of War 3. If that's the case, okay, I don't want to do too many verses for it, but just off the top of my head, God of War 3, I would say Kratos. Because by that point, Kratos would have been at the strongest point that he had been at that point, and Devil May Cry 3, Dante and Virgil are at their weakest. So I would give the advantage to Kratos. Best and worst Valentine's Day story. I don't know of Valentine's Day. I I don't have any Valentine's Day story. I've never been anyone Valentine's Day before, so I don't really have any stories about that. Which do I prefer, Arkham Knight or Dark Knight Rises? Ooh, that's tough. I guess I'd go with Arkham Knight. I think that's a bit better than Dark Knight Rises, but they're both good. You said this that you didn't like the first person Boots movie, but would you consider watching the second one? Probably not. If I didn't like the first one, it's very unlikely I'm going to like the second one. There are very few things that I didn't like the first one and then I liked the second one, but I doubt that would be one of them. Do I live by myself? No. I wish I did. I have not had a chance. I've yet to have the opportunity to live by myself. I mean, when I went to college, I had 3 roommates, and I moved back to Vegas, and I was with my father. Then I was with my family, but my mom was out of the house at the time. Then Dad died in 2016, and I have been moving every year since, which I really hate doing because I hate being in Vegas. And I'm like, if I was ever given an opportunity to leave Vegas for good, just to live with someone else, I would do it because I'm really tired of living with my siblings right now. Like that's kind of the plan. I plan to move out and live with someone else that's not my siblings because I've been living with them for like 7 years now, and I'm ready to move on. We need to separate. Like we're at the age right now that we need to separate. My oldest sister is 40. I'm 33, and my younger sibling is 28. We need to separate. I'm older than my dad was when he became a parent. Like so, I really need to get my own space or distance myself a little bit, but not out of a negative, feeling. Just because I feel like I need to do that. You recommend me play? Oh dear, no. I'm staying away from Zelda games. I have not played a Zelda game in 20 years. I think 20 years. I think the last one I played was Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. Yeah, 20 years. Because I think those came out in 2020. I think those came out in 2001. So yeah, I haven't played a Zelda game in like 20 years. So yeah. I mean, it would be worse than he could be Spider-Man 3 Emo Peter. I liked Emo Peter. I liked it. I was very entertained by that. Why can't you give God of War 2 a 10 out of 10? I can't give it that simply because I think just some of the game. I think the weapons. I didn't like the weapons. I think that's what it was. The weapons didn't work for me. But again, that's a 9. Dude, that's still a 9.5. That is a very high score. I think of the spear. Didn't like the spear. The hammer. Didn't like the hammer. We got the blade, but you could only use it at certain times. I'm not sure that was a standout weapon, but yeah, probably just the weapons. At least with like God of War 1, you had like a couple weapons. You had like the Blades of Chaos and then Artemis Blade, which was really useful in certain fights. God of War 3 had great weapons, even though they were kind of different variations of the Blades of Chaos because they were all chained weapons. But yeah, I would probably say just the weapons. That's about it. But that's not a negative thing about God of War 2. That's still like a 9.5. That's still an incredible game. It has a much better story than God of War 1. I would say yeah, it is a way better game than God of War 1. God of War 1 is like an 8.5 or a 9. So yeah, I would definitely put God of War 2 way above that game. Do I have a favorite Bully Maguire meme? Yeah, when he's dancing. That's a good one. Black Wolf, do you think we might get more of the Life Fountain symbiote of Earth 1048? Maybe, but I won't be watching it. I'm checked out. Vengeance, you're currently looking for a job since your dad lost his job yesterday and no one knows how. Ooh. Damn, I'm real sorry about that. I know that things are really tough in terms of finding a job, so I hope things work out for you. But yeah, I'm real sorry about that. By the way, happy National Hot Cocoa Day. Really? Hot cocoa. Well, I tell you what. I don't have any cocoa, but I do have some of this protein shake that I drink twice a day. And believe it or not, I've actually lost like 10 pounds over the past month, so I've actually gone down a whole pant size. However, I do notice that when I work out, like I sweat like really, really hard, like profusely. But I only do it when I'm with my personal trainer. When I work out on my own, I work out pretty hard, but like when I work out my trainer, it's almost the part where I pass out. So I don't know. I don't know what that's about. we even had like a discussion like why people sweat or what exactly that is. So it was interesting. What are my expectations for the Knuckles series? I didn't know there was a Knuckles series. But I probably won't see it, but maybe it might be okay. Zach, you saw the Bumblebee movie and Transformers Rise of the Beast. Have I seen Bumblebee? Yes, I've seen Bumblebee. Rise of the Beast, I've seen most of it, but not all of it. I just know that at the end they're trying to team up with G.I. Joe, and that's all I know. When should Ghost of Tsushima 2 come out? Heck, I thought it would have been announced by now, but like this probably won't be the best time because Rise of Ronin's coming out this year, so maybe they'll announce like a year or two from now. But yeah, I would have definitely expected them to at least announce that the game exists by now, like just like a teaser, say that yeah, we are making Ghost of Tsushima 2, and it might come out like in 2025 or 2026. Like I really would have expected to hear something by now. Might be a weird question, but do you ever say the N-word? I only say the N-word when I'm reciting lines from Boondocks. I never say it just out of nowhere, but like anytime it does come out, it's only when I'm referring to Boondocks. Like anytime, like I've watched Boondocks so many times, I know a lot of my favorite episodes. I know the lines. I know the lines by heart. Like I could recite a line that uses the N-word and be perfectly okay with it. But do I actually like say it to other people? No, I've never done that. I've never done that before. I will never do that. But like if I'm referring to the Boondocks, then I can say it, and it's perfectly fine, like normal. How would you describe the DCEU in 2 words? 2 words? Very disappointing. Do you plan to buy any channel boosters to get the algorithm sorted out? I actually did. I purchased a year-long membership of vidIQ. I'm wondering if I should. Do you recommend if I get another one? Like I'm already using the boost factor, so like I'm supposedly getting the best tags. I'm getting the best directions in terms of how I should do my titles and descriptions. And I bought a subscription to like a high class YouTube thumbnail website that I've been creating my thumbnails. Like you can see like my thumbnails are really, really good. So I don't know why the algorithm isn't picking me up more. Like maybe I should get like another booster, but like if you have recommendations of how I can get my channel more noticed, I would love to know. Like the best idea I can think is if I was doing like a collaboration with like another channel that has more views. But like I'm trying to figure out how to get past the algorithm, but like nothing I'm trying is working. Black Wolf, gotta keep up protein up. Also, this year marks 30th anniversary of Ninja. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I know that Sentai is inspired Power Rangers. Yeah, I know that. You watch the Boondocks? Yes, I do. Describe Dead Space remake in 2 words. Much improvement. I do. This is one of the few times where I think a remake actually not only eclipsed the original, I think it does a much better job connecting to Dead Space 2 than the original. So much so that I hope they don't remake Dead Space 2. I would just go from the remake to Dead Space 2, and I think they connect even better than the original did. How would I describe Dead Space 3 in 2 words? Interesting concept. It is by far the weakest of the primary 3 Dead Space. It went a bit too much in the action department, and so it made some similar mistakes to what like Resident Evil did. But they did manage to do some gameplay elements I think were very, very impressive, and I think the story was also all right. It wasn't great, but it was all right. And I really hope we get a Dead Space 4 and we finish off the story, because the 3rd game ended off on a cliffhanger, so I would like to see that story finished off. I'm interested in seeing you do collabs. Yes, I would love to do collabs. I just don't know who to do collabs with. I would like to do a lot of collabs, but I need like a channel that has an audience that I can get exposed to. I think that'll help, but I don't know who to go to. Like I might get in contact with like a few YouTubers who I know to see if they're interested, and maybe that might help. But like any channels you think I should collab with, please let me know and like contact me on my Twitter or my Facebook. I absolutely would be interested. Just let me know. What prevents me from giving Kingdom Hearts 1 a 10 out of 10? Oh, you just want to know. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Kingdom Hearts. Here's the biggest difference between Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. I think story-wise, Kingdom Hearts 1 is very, very simple to understand because that game was made for kids. It's very, very easy to follow. But here's the thing. I think that Kingdom Hearts 1 is a shorter game, but the gameplay, because of how slow it is, makes the game feel longer. For Kingdom Hearts 2, that game is longer, but the combat system is so fast, you can speed through worlds considerably faster. And I think that in terms of story, I think Kingdom Hearts 2 hits the perfect balance of, okay, this story is a lot more complicated than the first game, but it's not so complicated that you can't understand. I think after 2, the story got so out of control that even people who claim to know what's really going on don't really know what's going on. You have to remember, Kingdom Hearts was made for kids. So you need to make a story that kids can follow. And once we got to Kingdom Hearts 3, they completely ripped out anything that was Final Fantasy orientated. And that was the whole point of Kingdom Hearts. It was what would happen if you mix Final Fantasy and Disney. Once you take Final Fantasy out, it doesn't feel like Kingdom Hearts anymore, which is why I really didn't enjoy Kingdom Hearts 3 all that much. And because of that, I don't have any interest in Kingdom Hearts 4. I think Kingdom Hearts 2 was the peak of this franchise, and it hit right when the franchise took that major break of 15 years. And I do not believe that Kingdom Hearts 3 in any way was worthy of the wait. The game we got when it eventually came out was not worth the wait. Kingdom Hearts 3 should have easily come out within 5 years of the release of 2. And the fact that it didn't, I think, really hurt the game, at least for me. Sean will be back. Am I worried about Metal Gear Solid Remake 4? No, I'm not concerned. I think there's a number of games they would remake long before they touch 4. 4 is a complicated one. Black Wolf wants to know, so Dead Space 3 is the Resident Evil 6 of the series. Not quite. I would say it's closer to 5, but it's in between 5 and 6. There are definitely some horror elements still there, but I think the action went a bit too far. It kind of takes some of the negative aspects of the Chris campaign in 6. So it's in between. I would say it's perfect. It's really in between 5 and 6. I think 5 is a better co-op game than Dead Space, but it's better as a whole than Resident Evil 6. But again, you have different tones of campaigns. Leon's is perfect. That is how it's done. And then you have the Jake campaign and the Ada campaign and the Chris campaign, which is pure action. So there's 4 different tones, and only one of them is really, really good. Kingdom Hearts was a good time. Good point, time, space relevance. Yeah, that's drew me into Final Fantasy. What changes would you make to Kingdom Hearts 3 to make it worthy of the wait? I would have had it come out sooner. A lot sooner. I would have kept the Final Fantasy references. I would have kept that in. That was key. And I would have made the story... There was no middle section. That's the problem with the story. The game started, it had a little bit of setup, and then you are immediately thrown into the end game story. Immediately. There's no middle ground. There's no middle ground. The game starts... You start up a little bit, and then you're immediately going into the final story elements of trying to gather everyone for the final battle. There was no middle ground. There was nothing that built up to it, and the combat was so much faster than 2 that you were OP as hell. I don't think I died once, even on proud difficulty, and that was surprising. This game was piss easy. I was ooh, Sora is way too powerful. I really didn't. I didn't lose. I don't even think I got halfway to losing. It was that easy. Yeah, 4 is hectic. I feel like Kingdom Hearts 4 will be another long-awaited disappointment. It's at this rate, Kingdom Hearts 3 might not even come out till I'm 40. If it took 15 years for 3 to come out, just think of how long it's going to take 4 to come out. It might come out when I'm 40, and I'm 33 right now. So I don't expect to see that game for some time. Have I seen the trailer for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle? Yes, but I will not be playing it. Apparently, it is coming out on only Xbox, and yeah, that's not enough for me to want to play it. So I hope people who have Xboxes have fun with it, but I will not be playing that. Who would I like to have pitted Gene and Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops against if I could continue the versus series? Again, I don't like doing versus questions, but if I had to pick somebody to take Gene on, I would put him up against Vamp. Vamp. That Vamp seems like the perfect character. They are both knife wielding. They both have enhanced speed. He seems like the perfect parallel. I think Vamp would probably win, but I think Gene would give him a pretty good run for his money. Their skill sets are kind of similar. Have I seen any Super Sentai Japanese Power Rangers series? Not in a long time. I stopped watching Power Rangers after SPD. SPD was like the last Power Rangers series I saw, and then I came back to RPM like 10 years after it was over. And I think that's like the last season of Power Rangers I ever actually saw. But again, I saw RPM long after it was over. Yeah, that's interesting about 6. Do I read any books? Yes, I do. But not too often. Damn, Gene is no joke. Yeah, he's not a joke. He's really not. He's a tough opponent that people don't talk enough about. I think the biggest problem with Kingdom Hearts 3 is that none of the Disney worlds had anything to do with the main story. That's exactly right. That is why I felt like there was no middle point. They had nothing to do with what we were going to lead into. At least with Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, each world built off the last one, and it was building up to something. It felt like these stories within the Disney worlds, they didn't really have a purpose for what the overall goal was, and that's why it felt like there was no middle ground. It was simply, you started the game, you did these worlds, and then you suddenly were going into the final act. And like nothing that happened in the middle mattered. So yeah. Who is a better comic relief, Resident Evil, Salazar or Irvin? I go with Salazar, easy. Am I looking forward to MGS-Com 2? Absolutely. I already purchased my badge. I got the top tier badge. And I'm surprised that Kickstarter has gotten as successful as it was. I'm shocked. Like, this is gonna be the biggest trip of the year. Like, I have 3 trips that I wanted to have planned for this year. That one might be the most expensive because something I want to do while I'm there. I want to see if I can get a few people to come with me to Disneyland the day before the con, because I'm not going to drive this year. I'm actually going to fly in, so I'm going to get there sooner than I did. So hopefully I'll have like a good 6 to 8 hours to go to Disneyland and do some stuff with some people, perhaps people who haven't been to Disneyland, before we get our badges for the convention the next day. So that's my plan right now. But I still got to talk to a few people to see if they would be interested to going to Disneyland, because Disneyland is about maybe a 30-minute drive from where it's actually located. So yeah. Have I seen the most recent Wonka movie? No, I have not seen it. Maybe I'll see it when it's on streaming, but yeah, I didn't want to see it in theaters. Did I like Kingdom Hearts 3 gameplay? It was okay, but it made the game way easier. Like, Sora was too powerful. Way too powerful. Like, it was like Kingdom Hearts 2 but on steroids. Was Kevin Conroy's passing the reason why Mark Hamill decided not to do the voice of Joker anymore? I heard that might have been the case, but I would perfectly understand why. I don't recall there was a time where Mark Hamill did the voice of Joker when it wasn't Kevin Conroy. I don't remember that's ever actually happened. So if he felt that way, then I perfectly understand. I would feel the same way. Okay, wow, we are all cut up. We are all cut up. Anthony with heck yeah. That is the last question we have, and we still have an hour and 9 minutes. I'm starting to wonder whether having an hour-long stream was a good idea, or if you guys want to keep this going, or do you want to just jump right into the 2-hour gaming live stream? Because I promised you 2 hours to make up for not having it not last week, but yeah, like wow, and there's only 8 people left, so yeah. Do you think Taven and Dragon should return in Mortal Kombat 13. Maybe. Just switch some characters out. If they want to add them, go ahead. If they don't, that's no problem. I feel like Sora in Kingdom Hearts 3 was more OP than Miles Morales. I mean, he was OP. Yeah, I would say that I would say he was more OP. That was like my biggest problem with Miles Morales. He's just too overpowered. And when you're playing like an OP character, the game isn't fun. Like you want a challenge, and it wasn't a challenge. Even on the hardest difficulty, it wasn't a challenge. Alright, let's see if anyone's added a comment to the State of Play video. Nope. An hour and only 10 views. There's something seriously wrong. And I really want to find out. Because I feel like with as much experience and with the videos I have, there's no reason it should have only 10 views after an hour. That doesn't make any sense. There's something going on here. And it's been like this for years, and I don't like it. What is my favorite performance by Yuri? Who is that? Please refresh my memory. Who is that? Do I like Light Yamashita was in the right or wrong? Well, he was. I mean, it's Kira. He was. I would say he was in the wrong. I mean, it depends on who you talk to. I mean, killing people who are bad, sure, but that can get kind of out of hand if you don't have the right discipline. G-Law, you liked Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance because Liu Kang died. Sorry, you hate Liu Kang. Why do you hate Liu Kang? What's your problem with Liu Kang? Like, that was only, like, the 5th game. Like, it wasn't like he had a big role in the other Mortal Kombat games. Like, yeah, he was, like, the main character in the first one. He was the main character in the second one. But I don't remember he was the main character, like, in 3 and 4. So, like, when they threw him in 5, they just killed him off. And it's just like, okay. And then they just brought him back as a zombie in the next one, in Deception. And like, I'll be honest, I don't even know where the Scorpion Sub-Zero popularity started. I really don't. Like, I really don't. Like, I don't think, like, the first time I can recall Scorpion and Sub-Zero being on the cover of a Mortal Kombat game was Mortal Kombat 9. Like, I'm thinking, it's like Deadly Alliance didn't have a character. Deception had Onaga. It did not have Scorpion. And then Armageddon just had the symbol. So I really don't know where the Scorpion and Sub-Zero, like, popularity, I don't know when that started, to be fair. the voice. Okay. This might, okay. How long have I been having with the algorithm? Like 5-6 years. Like, dude, like think about this. Just think about the algorithm like this. How is it a channel that has over 84,000 subscribers have a hard time getting 10 views or just 100 views? Like, that's a struggle for me. That does not make any. That means that less than 1% of my subscribers actually watch the channel. That is a problem. But it's never always been like that. Like, there have been some videos that have actually gotten like a decent amount of attention. Like, it's incredibly rare to get one video with 1,000. But so I need to talk to somebody. Like, cause like I feel like I probably if the algorithm was working as I think it should be, I feel like I probably should have hit 100K at least 2 or 3 years ago. Like, I feel that way. So I don't know. I need to talk to someone or do something, because like I really want to hit 100K as quickly as possible. If Miles has electricity conduct powers in comic books, Lizard and Venom would be decimated within minutes. Yeah, I agree. He's the voice of Yakuza and Persona in Insomniacs. Oh, okay. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. Boda, but yeah, I don't have much to say. I mean, yeah, I guess he's okay. G-Law, have I ever been to Seattle? No, I have not. Bad algorithms are always a big problem in producing videos on YouTube. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Liu Kang sounds like a monkey. If you say that, then you're making fun of Bruce Lee, because Bruce Lee does the same thing. He does a whoa kind of thing. Like, so are you saying Bruce Lee sounds like a monkey? Dude, you say that to the wrong person, you get your ass kicked. Ed Smoke and MK1. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. You know, what do I think is the most dangerous adventure that Nathan Drake has been on? That's tough. I mean, let's see. Let's see. The first game, the worst thing he dealt was like undead Nazis. And then the second game, you had. You know what? I'll probably say maybe the second one. Those enhanced gorilla guards were tough. You can only kill them with certain weapons. So maybe the second one. Maybe. There's so many videos on how to fix Batman and Robin, but they all agree that getting rid of Bane would have been a step in the right direction. Dude, I would not have fixed. Dude, you need to cut that out. Batman and Robin is just fine the way it is. And the reason I say that is because had that film actually been a great film, we never would have gotten the Dark Knight trilogy, and everybody knows it. I think having one very, very goofy film just so we can get the greatest Batman trilogy of all time is worth it. You can't say that I'm wrong. I think your Mortal Kombat videos are literally proof that the algorithm is blocking you. I think so too. I need to figure something out. Do you ever get lonely? Oh, I'm always lonely, but I still get depressed sometimes. I wish I could see people more often. I wish I could hang out more often, but as you get older, it's harder to do. It's very hard. It happens. Does YouTube play well? I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. Again, I think maybe doing more collabs might get me more exposure, but yeah. Still don't know how the next Batman movie will be. Hopefully it'll be okay. Like the last Batman movie was fine. I liked it. It wasn't perfect. It had its flaws. There was like one glaring issue I had with it, but oh snap. Only 7 people are here. Damn. I really thought more people would show up. So maybe we'll see what happens when the game stream starts. Which of these two guilty pleasure superhero films would I rather watch? Batman and Robin or Superman? Batman and Robin. I like Batman and Robin. I like it. Superman Quest for Peace was just bad, but I can watch Batman and Robin. I was like I could watch it. I saw it like maybe 2 weeks ago and I had fun with it. I am like 5 people on this planet who doesn't hate. I don't hate it either. I think is it a bad movie? Yes, but it's like a guilty pleasure, and I still have fun with it. I have fun with it. Sorry, I said, does YouTube pay well? I think it depends on how successful your channel is. I think it depends. I don't get paid on YouTube. I don't monetize my videos. They took away my monetization like 2 years ago, and I still don't know why. Like they claimed like I was reusing footage from other people's videos, but I don't do that, so I don't know. Outside of Star Wars, what are some other favorite movies you think that start Hayden Christensen? Well, he didn't do too much. I know he did Jumper, and that was okay. I remember he did one other film where he was like a patient he was having surgery, but he was still conscious. I forget what that movie was. But yeah, he after Star Wars he didn't do too much. I know he did this one movie with Nicolas Cage, but I don't remember what it was called. But yeah, I really hope he gets more projects outside of Star Wars because he's a solid actor. If YouTube paid me well, would I quit my jobs? Yeah, I probably would. Put it like this: if I was making more than what I get paid from both my jobs, would I do YouTube full time? Absolutely, absolutely. But I don't, and I don't know too many people that do. Will you be playing Persona 3 Remake? Probably not. I don't think I need to do that. What is my favorite story arcs in Clone Wars series? I think the one that dealt with I can't remember what it was called, but it was the arc that dealt with the rogue Jedi general who like hated the clones and was getting them killed on purpose. Like I think it was like Jedi Prom Krell or something like that. I think that was probably my favorite story arcs in the Clone Wars. It was nice to see that the clones actually took front and center in a storyline. Usually they're like background characters, but like to have an arc actually focus on the clones. It's called the Clone Wars, so yeah. How many videos do I expect to get on? How many views will you expect to get on my videos when you hit 100K? hopefully I would just hope to average like a few thousand. Like even that, like if I averaged like 3,000 views a video, and I had 100,000 subscribers, I would be fine with that. But then that's only like 3% of your subscriber count, which is crazy. So yeah. Uh, Umbra Arc, yeah, that was one. How does it feel that you're just? Oh, I know that's crazy. That is nuts. Because my channel has been survive. That is crazy. Those videos are like 10 years old. That is nuts. Like when I just look at them now, it is crazy. Because those are the videos that like for like the last 10 years get the most views. Like those are almost like practically like viral videos. Like I'm like if I look at it just now, like they have like millions of views, like tens of millions of views. Like just the two Ghostbusters videos alone. Like one has 36 million and the other one has 46 million views. That is nuts. Like and then Happy, like that one has like 400,000, 400,000, 10,000, 27,000, 200,000, almost a million. That's crazy. Like I'm thinking about doing like a 10-year anniversary for the Ghostbusters videos. Like I'm seriously thinking about that. Like I cannot like oh dear, if I'm gonna do that, I better do it soon because let's see, the Ghostbusters film that came out, that video was released. The first one, oh damn, I'm already past that, so I better do the bigger one because yeah, I missed the 10-year anniversary of the first Ghostbusters video I did, which I uploaded October 29th, 2023, and that one has 36 million views. But the other one was released on February 22nd, and that has 46 million. So, you know, I might do like a 10-year anniversary for that video, because I like that one more, because the first one was more of like was done like more bootleg. But this one was more proper because it was done on PlayStation 4 and I was using the motion controls instead of the controller. So I was actually dancing with the properties. So yeah, I think I might do that. But dude, my channel's been surviving off that for like 10 years. That's crazy. I can't imagine being bored in Vegas. It is. It is boring. Trust me. If you're here visiting, there's plenty of things to do. But if you've been here for like over 25 years, then there's not much to do, especially if you're not into gambling or adult entertainment. To be fair, it's like Carnage in it's called Carnage of Krell Arc. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. You watched your movie 43 rant like 8 times. Oh dear God. I haven't watched that in a long time, but I pity that you had to see me like that. That is like the craziest. That was like the biggest attempt at trying to do comedy I've ever tried on my channel. The movie star Hayden Christensen called Outclass. Yeah, I knew he did a movie with Nicolas Cage. I just didn't know what it was called. I think that I'm pretty sure that was a direct to DVD movie. I'm pretty sure that did not come out in theaters. I think that most people were into my Versus series videos because often I see people comment on the recent videos asking you Versus questions. The thing about the Versus series is that by season 6, people weren't really watching them anymore, and it's a classic case of supply and demand. Like if people stop watching a certain type of video, then you stop doing it. And on top of that, the other Versus series creators had stopped. Like they don't do that anymore. Like Antoine Badella, he doesn't do Versus videos anymore. Jen Sarai doesn't do them anymore. Evan Nova doesn't do them anymore. Grey Jedi doesn't do them anymore. Like the core group that started the Versus series aspect, they stopped doing that. I mean, the only person I know who still does it is Rain, and he's like the lone survivor, but he wasn't a part of that original group that started that. So once I saw that they had stopped doing that, I just didn't see a reason to do that. Now to be fair, it would have been a dream project had I been able to do a collaboration with any one of them. I was actually I was actually happy that Jin Sarai actually commented on two of my matchups, and I was actually featured in his one of his videos. And once that had happened, I felt like I was ecstatic, like to be acknowledged by the person who inspired your versus series was like came around circle. And then I pretty much finished it off with Star Wars, and that was the end of it. I mean, I mean, if you look at that last season, no one was really watching it. The numbers went down after I want to say season three. Season two and three were like massively popular, but then four and five and six were just it was going steadily down to the point where like you couldn't even get 1,000 views. And so once that started happening, I was just like, okay, like people aren't interested in these matchups anymore, and I'm ready to move on. Because if they're not watching my matchups videos, they're not watching theirs because they're not making theirs anymore. So, and no, Death Battle has a death grip on that style because they're the only ones doing animations. And if you don't have an animation, then you're not going to get much traction. And heck, I've been trying to get an animator for years, but I couldn't find one. So yeah, if I was to do a season 7, like if I do get to 90,000, one of the key things I will 100% do is have an animation fight. I cannot come back to a versus series season 7 and just have it be dialogue. There will be animations. I guarantee you that. What is the darkest movie I've ever seen? Vamp, you gotta be specific. Describe dark, like dark in tone, dark in visuals, dark like hard things or bad things were happening. Like, be a little bit specific. Have I played Red Dead Redemption? Yes, I didn't like it. I thought it was boring. By the way, have I watched The Truman Show 2 days ago? What a movie. Yeah, with Jim Carrey. Very good film. Metal Gear Solid 5 is too overrated and repetitive. I didn't really like it all that much in general. Yeah, things have changed. I wonder if Tony Stark and Batman would be roommates in school. Probably not. Probably not. Tony Stark is more of a technological genius. Batman's more of a strategic genius. He's not very big on technology. He has other people that focus on that. He has other people build his tech for him, and then he uses them in the best way possible. All right, we still got. Damn. Man, this is going a long time. We still got 50 minutes. Have I played The Witcher? No, I have not. I'm not a Witcher fan. I saw the Netflix series and it's something, but yeah. Dark in tone, I'd probably say like Event Horizon. That's like the scariest film I've ever seen. That's like my favorite horror film. So yeah, I would go with that. And we are all caught up in questions, so yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Do you think Hayden Christensen would be really good voice actor for Shadow if rumors? Okay, Boda, I'm not sure if you were here at the beginning, but I spoke about this. Yeah, I said that it appears that he's going to be Shadow. I think he's going to be just fine. Yeah, I agree with that decision. I thought Keanu Reeves might get the role for to do the voice of Shadow, but heck, if it's Hayden Christensen, yeah, 100%. I'm behind that. Yeah, I think he's going to do great. What is my favorite thing to eat? uh, it's a tie between Panda Express orange chicken or pineapple and ham Pizza Hut pizza. But unfortunately, I can't eat any of those anymore because I'm on a diet trying to lose weight. So I can only eat things that are high in protein. So you know what? I gotta be back. I gotta get a drink or something. I'll be back. Only 1 minute. Okay. Alright, alright, I'm back. Okay. Like this is like right now, like after a workout, like this is typically like what I'm drinking. Like Rise Fuel energy drink country time. And the crazy thing is no calories. Crazy. Like no calories. No sugar. This is just 90 milligrams of potassium and 100 like 90 mil. Ew, maybe I shouldn't be drinking this stuff. Ooh, I didn't even read that. Ew. Man, I hope this isn't. Man, I hope this stuff isn't poisonous. Wait a second, Mike. Is there a delay? Okay. Okay, I think there's a delay. How many times do I watch a trailer for a movie or a game before it comes out? Uh, Maybe I'll watch it 2 or 3 times. Depends on the trailer. So man, you got any favorite moments in a CGI movie of Resident Evil? Well, I guess one moment that sticks out. There was like a moment where I think I forget which one it was, but it was like Chris was in this hallway and he was like fighting off zombies and it was close quarters. I thought that was pretty cool. What is my favorite beverage to drink? Water or lemonade? Preferably pink lemonade. Have I been to LA? What? Are you serious? Have I been to LA? Of course. I've been to LA multiple times. Like when you go to Disneyland, you go to LA. When I went to E3, I went to LA. When I went to Comic Con, when I went to a number of conventions, like I was just in LA for MGS Con. When I'll be going back, I'll be in LA. Yeah, I've been to LA multiple times. I just don't like it. It looks like the rumor of Roman Reigns versus The Rock WrestleMania 42 are true, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it at all because it's okay. Here's the problem. I think there was a lot of things going on. I mean, Punk getting injured, Rollins getting kind of injured has changed things. Here's the problem I have with Rock versus Roman. It shouldn't be for the title because you know Rock can't win. Like, this was the very problem I had with last year's WrestleMania with the whole Cena and Austin Theory matchup for the Universal title. You knew Cena could not win because of his schedule. He wasn't going to take the title and go away for like 3 to 4 months while he's filming a movie. And The Rock is too busy, like, working on multiple different things. He doesn't have time to deal for a championship. I'm like, he's busy with so many different things. And besides, The Rock is 50 years old. He is an old man. Like, he has not had a match in 10 years. Like, you guys realize that the last time he had a match was against Cena like 10 years ago. And in that matchup, he got like seriously, like a lot of people don't remember this, but he got like seriously injured during that match. And like I believe he was filming either a Fast movie or he was filming Hercules, and they had to shut down production because he couldn't film. So I don't see a point to having Rock versus Roman. Like, if they had taken the title off of him, or if they had done something where The Rock had cost Roman, now there's some tension, and now you don't know who's going to win. But if Roman is going in as the champion, you know The Rock can't win. It's a predictable matchup because there's no other choice. Like, that's my problem with that. Like, the idea of having Rock and Roman is fine, but I'm like, don't do it for the title. You don't take the title off him. Like, the match writes itself without the title. Having the title just makes it so predictable because you know what has to happen. There's no other choice. Not sure if you would prefer having an Autobot partner as a motorcycle or a car. I would prefer a car. I'm terrified of motorcycles. If you watch movie 43 nowadays, would you get the same reaction as I did? Yes. Probably worse. Why don't I like LA? It's just an awful place. It's just an awful place. Like, it's not a good place. Like, just the atmosphere. Like, it's almost as bad as San Francisco. Like, that place is dirty. I don't know. If there are three countries, if there are three cities in the world, I could pick to get nuked off the face of the earth. LA would be number two. There'd be another city I would nuke off the face of the earth. That's number one, and then there's number three. But yeah, LA's just not a nice place. Roman Reigns versus Rock for the belt would just be John Cena versus Austin. Dude, I just said that. I just said that. The Rock is done. He's just Dwayne Johnson now. It's like, yeah, it's like, dude, I just said that. I don't know if there's a delay or something, but yeah. If you don't like movie 43, stay the hell away from Freddy's Got Fingered. I don't know what that is, so I'll avoid it. Fun fact, one of the Transformers shows, they got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to voice Autobot Cliff Jumper in one episode, and then the second season of the show, in the flashback, they replaced him. I didn't know. Can you explain why LA and San Francisco suck? Have you seen the homeless problem? Have you seen the crime rate problem? Have you seen how people can't even live to afford to live there? I mean, it's just not a nice place. Like, a lot of people are moving from LA to come here to Las Vegas. Like, it's just not a good place to be. Like, I don't even know how the people who are there stay there. I don't know how. Do I think there is a possibility that we might get a Persona 6? Possibly. Hopefully. I'm surprised we haven't had one by now. Like, it's been a while since Persona 5 came out. Yes, I agree. LA is very much like Raccoon City. I agree. And you retracted your message. But I would agree. LA is not a nice place. Really? They're announcing breaking news. Hideo Kojima announces a new game. Aren't you? You're like an hour and a half late. GameStop, you're getting slow. Arkham. LA is a real life Arkham. Well, maybe it's not that bad. Not that bad, but yeah, I would definitely say Raccoon City. The government should make California more affordable. They probably should, but like, they won't. For reasons, I don't know. Do you think you would survive in Arkham City? Hell no, I'd get the hell out. I'm bunkering down, or I'm getting the hell out. I don't know how I would have gotten stuck in there. No, I would not survive. Alright, guys, get your questions in. We still got... Man, I'm surprised. I'm surprised these lights are as good as they are. We still got 35 more minutes before we jump onto the YouTube stream and play the mystery game for 2 hours. Do I like any city in California? You know what? There actually is one city I did like. I liked Dublin. I lived there for about 6 months, and it was probably the cleanest city I've ever lived in. Like, if I could pick a place to retire in, it would be Dublin, California. That is a beautiful place to visit. If you haven't seen it, it is very, very beautiful. And I was living on the military base there, so I was there for like 6 months. But it was beautiful. Do you think Joe would respect Batman as a hero? I don't see why not. San Diego looks nice, I heard. I can't comment. It's been a long time since I've been to San Diego. It's been a long... Yes, it's been a while. Like, from the... What... You know... No, that's not a big deal. You guys got any more questions? It says there's 9 of you left in the chat, so let's go. Well, if Heath Ledger's supposed to return as the Joker in Dark Knight Rises, I heard he was. I do think he was. I think had he not passed away, there's no question he would have had a role in the next film. I'm not sure he would have been the main villain, but do I think he would have been mentioned? Yeah, 100%. My barber told me there is more fecal matter in San Francisco than any other country. That's what I heard. It was really bad. I heard like there's needles everywhere. They've shut down stores. They have to lock up everything. Like it's crazy. Like my friend Rachel, like she moved, like she was in there for like a year, and then she had to get out, and then she moved back to L.A. But yeah, she said that San Francisco was not a nice place. Uh, not sure how, not sure what would be best anti-Wesker plan Batman could come up with. I don't know how he would deal with Wesker. You'd have to do it with, again, the problem with Wesker is you have to beat him on a genetic level first before you worry about the physical. I mean, you could punch him or hit him all you want, but it's not going to do anything. What would I do if you were in a zombie apocalypse? Nothing. I wouldn't survive. That, like, I don't think I'd make it. Zombie apocalypse, I am not in a high enough class to survive. I got no guns. I got a few prop weapons, but I am not equipped to survive a zombie apocalypse. Heath Ledger's Joker is what made The Dark Knight so good for me. If it wasn't for his role, then Batman Begins would probably be my favorite of the trilogy. That's understandable, but I wouldn't say he was like the only thing that was great in there. From there's no. I would say with another villain, I still probably would have picked. I think The Dark Knight would have still been a great film. It would have been it would be much tighter if you were to compare Dark Knight and Batman Begins. It'd be tighter, but yeah, I can understand that. What? What the? G-Law, are you new? What kind of question is that? Do I like Resident Evil 5? What kind of question is that? Dude, I love Resident Evil 5. It's my favorite co-op video game of all time. I was just playing it 2 days ago. Like I was hoping to play with one of you guys, but yeah, of course I love Resident Evil 5. What kind of question is that? I bet you would survive in Raccoon if your house was like the General Maybe. Do I like golf? No, I'm not a fan of golf. Where would I rank Claire of all the RE girls? Well, Claire is a redhead, and I definitively believe that redheads personally, I think redheads are probably the sexiest type of women on this planet, personally. But I think amongst Resident Evil characters, Resident Evil females, I would probably say she's third. I can't. I just as a combatant, I would put her definitely below Jill and Ada. I think they're combatively they're better than Claire. Claire's one of the weaker ones because she's not an offensive person. She's more of a survivor. Not that she can't handle herself in a fight. She can, but like she's trained to be a survivor, not necessarily a fighter. She can fight, but like she's not as offensively as dominant as people like Ada or Jill can be. Heath Ledger or Mark Hamill? I probably would go with Mark Hamill simply because he has more like Heath Ledger's Joker is focused to one particular movie, while Mark Hamill has an extended history that crosses cartoon series, animated movies, video games, and so I have a lot more memories of Mark Hamill's Joker interpretation of Jokers than just one interpretation of Heath Ledger's Joker. So yeah. In terms of live action, where would I rank the Batman? Probably 6 or 7. It's not a top 5 for me. 5, no. It's not a top 5. Biggest problem I have with the Batman is we never saw Bruce Wayne, and he didn't stop the villain. He got like the Riddler. Like he didn't even catch the Riddler. Like he didn't. He like think about it. Like think about that. He did not catch the Riddler, and he didn't stop Riddler's plan. And my biggest complaint about Robert Pattinson is that we never saw Bruce Wayne. Like even when he wasn't in the mask, he was in Batman mode the entire film. We never saw Bruce Wayne. And that's why I was like, well, at least all the other versions, there was Bruce Wayne and there was Batman. There was no difference with his performance. He was always in Batman mode. And he didn't stop the villains. Like, dude, the Riddler still blew up the dam and flooded the whole city and probably killed several thousand people. I'm like, Joker did more, Riddler did more damage in that film than any other live action villain did. Like no other villain had that much success. Like I would even say I would say even before before that Riddler, the most successful villain may have been Jim Carrey's Riddler because he found out who Batman was and he destroyed the Batcave. Like Joker didn't do that. Penguin and Catwoman didn't do that. Two-Face damn sure didn't do that. Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy didn't do that. Ra's al Ghul poisoned the city, but it didn't kill anybody. Harvey Dent died. Joker only killed a small group of people. He didn't kill like a lot of people. Bane didn't even kill a lot of people. I mean, he killed some people, but he didn't kill like a lot of people. He put a city on lockdown, but that's about it. So I would say, yeah, the Riddlers were really the most successful. Although Bane didn't know who Bruce Wayne is, but Riddler found out who he was. There's a difference. But I think Bane always knew who Batman was going to be. But at least Riddler figured it out. He cheated to find out, but yeah. Where would I rank Lady of all Devil May Cry girls? She'd probably be lowest on my list. I would put, it would be like Lucia, Trish, then it'd be like Lucia, Trish, and Lady. Lady's least on my list, I would say. In terms of live action, okay, I already answered that question. Alongside Violet from Persona 5, who is my other favorite redhead character from any video game character? Lucia. She's a redhead, Devil May Cry. Claire, she's a redhead, Devil May Cry. Heck, the girl I have on my wallpaper is a redhead. Yeah, and those just name a few off the top of my head. I'm sure I could come up with a whole list. Let's see. Claire and Code Veronica intro is pretty badass. Yeah, I'd say. What is my second favorite animated Batman film? Probably Batman in Under the Red Hood. That movie is phenomenal. Absolutely. If you ask me personally, I think Batman technically failed in the end. Well, yeah, that's the problem. He failed. Bruce Wayne die in Arkham Knight? No. No, he didn't die. No, he didn't. No, he didn't die. He just retired. He faked his death, I'm assuming. Do you think Arkham Origins has enough Christmas elements for it to be considered a Christmas game? No. Nope. Under the Red Hood is such a good movie. It's not a good movie, Vintage. It's a great fucking film. It's great. There's a big difference between a good movie and a great movie. Big difference. And we still got 25 more minutes before we jump into the gaming stream. I hope I don't miss another one because this 2-hour stream is rough. Do I like Spawn? I like Spawn. He's cool. Not the biggest fan of Spawn, but, he's cool. Why was Arkham Knight least recognized? What do you mean? You mean the Arkham Knight? What do you mean least recognized? What do you mean? Well, we didn't know who he was until we found out that it was Jason Todd, so... What is my favorite performance by Troy Baker? Probably his character in Death Stranding. That stands out to me the most, I'd say. One of the more memorable performances, I'd say. He's done a lot of things. You like Troy Baker's Kyle Lang, Evo Space Ninja, and yeah, I wasn't aware he did that, but okay. Kyle Lang was all right. Nothing incredible, but good. Why? Okay. Oh, sorry. Why was Arkham Knight video game least liked amongst the trilogy? It just was. I mean, dude, it wasn't as good. Dude, it wasn't as good as Arkham Knight. Okay, because it just wasn't as good to me as Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. That doesn't make it was a bad game. It was a great game. So some people complained that you spent too much time in the Batmobile. I didn't have a problem with the Batmobile. I had 2.5 games of playing just as Batman. I don't mind adding the Batmobile and have it be a tank. That's fine. It just, that's just how I felt. I can't really go too much in depth. Just because it's the weakest in the primary trilogy doesn't make it a bad game. It was still a great game, and I still thought it was a great conclusion to that trilogy. I don't have too many bad things to say about it. He also does the performances for Samuel Drake and Uncharted 4, and yeah, Troy Baker has so many. Like I would be surprised if there's anyone who has more voice acting work than Troy Baker. It's like the question is, what hasn't he done? That's the question. Do I think Mortal Kombat 1 is better than 11? I would say, for me, yes. I'm certainly playing 1 a hell of a lot more than I did 11. A hell of a lot more. I think I was done. I typically am done with a Mortal Kombat game after like a couple months, but like it's been like 4 months. I'm still playing Mortal Kombat 1. Do I like Arkham Knight's story was predictable as people say? I mean, it was probably predictable with the whole Jason Todd thing, but that doesn't make it bad. I mean, I could kind of see it was heading that direction to be Red Hood, but that didn't make it bad. Hmm. 8:15, about an hour and a half. Yeah. Wait, no, 8. Yeah, about an hour and a half. Do you think Jason Todd is better as Red Hood or Robin? I think he's a better Red Hood. Yeah, I think he's a much more interesting character as Red Hood. Yeah, no question. That doesn't mean he was a bad Robin. It's just not my favorite. Probably my least favorite of the primary first 4. I would go like Tim Drake, and Dick Grayson, then Damian Wayne, and then Jason Todd, because that's what Jason Todd's known for, like dying. That's not a great thing to be one to remembered for. I thought you had a vape pen in your hand. Oh no, this isn't a vape pen. No, I don't smoke or vape. This is a Walgreens pen that I found in one of my boxes that I had when I was working there like over 10 years ago. So I was looking for a pen, so I just found one of these older pens. But no, I don't vape, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that stuff. I've seen enough people die of lung problems to do either of those things. Did I ever watch the original Teen Titans? Yeah, on the WB. Yeah, I watched it. It was fine. If you heard Laura Bailey, then what is your favorite performance of hers? The name sounds familiar, but I'm drawing a blank right now. Cheers to you make that you don't smoke. Thanks. My dad smoked for like 20 years, so I'm pretty sure that contributed to his early heart attack because he was trying to get healthy. Although I do blame someone else for getting him back into smoking and probably speeding up his death, which I'm still pissed off about. This is interesting. I now get to see what this looks with. I'm thinking maybe I should get another light. I was actually concerned about doing these late at night streams because usually I match it with the primary light here and some natural lighting from the sun, but like the sun's been down for maybe like 30 minutes, and I'd say it still looks pretty good. So I don't know, maybe if I don't know, eventually down the road, maybe I might do some night streaming, and I'll have her at the next location, and I can adjust my work schedule, and I'll be sure to add a green screen so when I do streams on certain games, I can have it with a green screen. Do I drink alcohol? I don't like drinking strong alcoholic drinks. I went out with a couple friends of mine, maybe a week or two ago, and I had this drink. Let me see if I got a picture of it. I had this drink. It was like an icy. Yeah, it might be hard to see. Um, I don't know. Let me see if I can get a good image of it. It's a little. Yeah, it was like a. Oh, ooh, that was really good. Yeah, this was like an alcoholic, like ice smoothie. Um, it took me like 30 minutes to finish. But I swear I was. It must have been really, really strong because immediately after that, for like I'd say the next hour, I felt tipsy. I don't think I've ever experienced being drunk, but like this was probably the closest I felt to knowing what it feels like to be drunk. Luckily, I was with two friends who were a little bit more sober, but I was actually dizzy, and I was like a little out of it. I wasn't saying anything crazy, but I was just like, oh, is this what it feels like to be tipsy or a little drunk? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah. So, your favorite type of armor in sci-fi clone armor is something out of Mass Effect. I would probably go with Mass Effect N7 armor. Would you ever consider using the Lazarus Pit? Why the hell would I want to use the Lazarus Pit? Well, why? I don't want to be young again. I'm only 33. I'm still young. What are you talking about? Do I like Crash? If you're talking about Crash Bandicoot, he's okay, but I wouldn't say I'm a fan of his. You can't get drunk because I end up. Laura Bailey does the voice for Nadine Ross and Mary Jane Watson. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, there's very few. Yeah, I'll be honest. There's very, very few voice actors I pay attention to. So I didn't know who that was. Very few. So I do apologize. I don't usually follow them very much. I can't get drinks because you'll end up puking prior. I did have an experience once. I actually had that same drink the first time I went to this gamer bar, and I swear to you, it went through my system so quickly. I had to go to the bathroom, and then this was like a full pee session. That was weird. So like I had the drink, I immediately went to the bathroom, and then I was driving home, and I swear this was, I would say it was embarrassing, but it was like, wow, that drink, like, and it was like within an hour. I had to go to the bathroom like big time twice. I literally had to pull off into a parking lot. Luckily, my windows are dark tinted, and I literally had to pee in a Aquafina water bottle. It was like I could not hold. It was like, Brian, you are about to pee your pants now. I was like, I don't even have time to get out, run to like a restaurant. It was like, you need to get off the road now. Like that's never happened to me before. So I was like, the next time we try this drink, and that was the same drink. We need to make sure we're with people, and we wait over an hour after after drinking that thing, so we don't have to do that again. Favorite Leon voice actor? Mine is the original one. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I don't really pay attention to voice actors, so. Oh no. Personal question: do you ever get emotional thinking about my dad? Yeah, I do. Every day. I think my family still hasn't recovered. I think we're all still kind of broken. We were not ready for that. I serious. Like I remember when I got the call. I got the call from my sister. I was on my way from work. I was coming home from work. It was like 6 in the morning, and I got the call. And I told my sister, said, you need to get home. I was like, I was already on my way home. And she says, well, one of your parents isn't alive. And I said, oh God. I was immediately thinking of my mom, because I took my mom to Disneyland earlier that year, because I had a feeling that something was going to happen to her. So that's why I took her to Disneyland that year. And it was a weird trip. And so when April told me it was Dad, I just could not comprehend that because Dad was so healthy. I had just taken him to the hospital and he got a checkup like 2 weeks before that, so he was healthy. And then I called my brother and I told him immediately what had happened. And then I got home and it was just chaos. It was chaos. We were not ready for that. And even after almost 7 years, I don't think we've ever recovered. We're in a worse place now than before Dad was there. I still feel really really lost. I think we all feel really lost without Dad. I do not think we will ever recover, and I'm not sure people do. And it's weird because I can openly say I didn't really have like a loving relationship with my father, but I respected him more than almost anybody, and I always looked at him for guidance. So to lose that made us all feel lost, and I think we are all lost. I don't think my eldest sister, I don't think she's figured out everything. I know damn well my younger sister hasn't figured out everything, and I haven't either. So I'm a little bit more dependent on my mom right now. So yeah. Sorry about the yeah. There's not anytime I feel down or not sure about what to do about something, I always try to look to Dad's knowledge or things he taught me or something I learned from him. Sorry about that. Oh snap, bro! You're still here, damn. What about that drink we had at the restaurant? Oh shoot. um. That was a little different. No, I did not get tipsy with that. I was pretty good. Like if you and Angie ever come back to Vegas, if you plan another trip, I'll take you to the gamer arcade I had, and I'll get you and Angie one of those. Well, maybe I'm not sure she'd handle that. I'm not sure how she would handle that. But you can't be drinking. You're about to be a parent, bro. You can't be drinking. Maybe one of us could try, but like I don't know if that was a strong drink because I didn't think that was I did not think an icy could be a strong alcoholic drink. But yeah, the drink we had together at the restaurant, it was good, but it wasn't as strong as the icy that I had. It was not even close. Like I felt pretty good. Lions, tigers, or bears? Lions, I guess. Yeah, don't worry, Vamp. It helps to talk sometimes. I can relate to you. I've been the same. I apologize, Bodo. Loss is never good, especially. Do I like that? Oh, for God's sake. Okay, G-Law, you must be new. You must be new. Because I do not like The Last of Us. I hate The Last of Us. But it's not even for the reason people think. Like, I have a personal gripe against that game. Personal. It is the second. I hate the game. I openly hate that game. How much time we got? Just say no. Just say no and move on. Just say. Oh man, that's a good one. Just say no. I'm not sure, bro. You remember Dare? I'm not sure if you were in the Dare program like I was. The drug thing. That was the quote. That was the quote. It was just say no. and the rough McDog. Oh God, man. I miss the 90s. That was a fun time that was a fun time. Yeah, easily probably the happiest period of my life. I compare my 90s and the 2010s and the 2020s, which was my favorite decade I've lived so far, definitely the 90s. No cell phones, no bills, no social media, just being a kid and going on all kinds of crazy adventures. So many crazy adventures. So many positive memories. Yeah. Good times. I often think about my uncle while watching WWE because he used to be a big fan before he passed away. Sorry, Vengeance. What is my dream car? Oh, that's an easy one. My dream car is a 2006 BMW GTR. Now, for those of you who don't know, that is the primary car for Need for Speed Most Wanted. That is my dream car. That is the car I want to either have or drive at least once before I die. I might be able to find like a 2006 GTR. I might be able to find one maybe, and then just paint it in the same color. Yeah. You wish you were born in 1990s. 90s were a time, man. 90s were a very interesting time. Yeah, I pity some of the kids today. They missed a. Oh man, there's so many things you gotta protect kids from in art. Like, I don't know. Like, I think back to I think back. I was like, I asked my mom, like, do I think my mom and dad could have raised us in this time? I think if I'd been born like in this time period, I genuinely think my parents would not have had as much success as they did when we were born. I think it is considerably harder because I think the world is a much crazier place than it was in the 90s. Not to say the world has never at one point not been crazy, but like I think it's considerably crazier now, and it's only getting crazier. You think you would prefer driving the same car? No. I don't. Oh no, I'm not into muscle cars. No, Zach, absolutely not. Your dream car is only like 10K. Really? Let me see. 2006 BMW 3T. I think it's. Yeah, it's M3. Oh, it's it. Oh, yeah, it's. Yeah. Yeah, it's a 2006 BMW M3 GTR. And. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, God, that is one sexy car. Ooh. I'm curious, how much is that? Ooh, God. Oh, I want to own one of these so bad. That is one sexy car. Oh, man, I'd drive the shit out of this thing. I'm sorry, I forget there's a camera on me. I apologize. Almost had a moment. I apologize. Got me distracted for a minute. Okay, we got 6 minutes left before the gaming stream starts. Damn. Oh, man, this is rough. Do you still go back and play on my PlayStation 3? Absolutely. My PlayStation 3 is still plugged up. Absolutely. It's right here. Let me see if I can grab this bad boy. Yeah, it's right here. I connect it to I connect it to my. I have it connected to my my third monitor here. Like it's like you can't see the reflection. Like there's monitor 1, there's monitor 2, and there's monitor. It's hard to see. Monitor 3. So yeah, I have a 3 monitor setup. Maybe I'll do like a desk setup video one day. What games do I play on it? Let's see. I don't know. Recently, I was replaying Dead Space 2. I was playing some. I was trying to test out a new game card because I wanted to start. When I started doing some streaming on Twitch, I knew I wanted to expand my horizon. So like, I even bought like a new capture card for my PlayStation 2. So there's some PlayStation 2 games I would like to stream on Twitch too. So it's never just one thing. Or heck, even stream on YouTube. That way, it might be surprising. Because, yeah. Alright, we got 4.5 more minutes, so get your last set of questions out before we hop on YouTube with the live stream. So, any thoughts about Bumblebee movie? The lead human character is played by actors who did Spider-Man Gwen. I don't really care. I don't follow actors like that. She did okay, but I don't really pay attention to actors. There's very few actors I pay attention to. She's not one of them. By the way, question. Before I start, would you guys, camera wise, do you want it on or off during the YouTube stream? I'm curious, because I had to talk to Zach during the Final Fantasy stream yesterday, and he told me kind of where I should keep the camera, but he was the only one. But hopefully, if more people show up, then I'm curious where they would want if they would want camera or not, because I'm not sure if I'll be able to get camera as well because I don't have sunlight and I'm working purely with one light. So I'm thinking maybe I turn it off this time, and then maybe if more people show up next time, then I'll be sure to do it. This may sound like an over-exaggerated pipe dream, but do I think that Sony will bring back themes like they would be in the PlayStation 6? They could still do it in PlayStation 5. I'm still waiting for those. Like, I don't know why they took those away. Like, those were a key thing in PlayStation 4. I was hoping they would bring those back. So, I would hope so. Like, I even missed the theme creator for PlayStation 3. Like, I actually have the program that you could actually create your own personalized theme. You could actually change the icons. You could actually change the wallpapers that it would rotate to. But yeah. Man, by the way, unfortunately, I won't be on the gaming stream. It's very late where I live. All right, well, thanks for being here as long as you have. You would like to see my face? Okay, I'll try to get some good lighting because I might have to switch the position of the camera. So I'll see what I can do. I figured if you don't have, I know that people, if you don't have good lighting, it's a little bit distracting. So, yeah. All right, how much time we got? Got 2 more minutes. Yeah, we got a little over 2 more minutes. I'll stick around for the gaming stream. Okay, yeah, so just give me when it ends in 2 minutes, give me 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I just need to turn the console on, get the game ready, set up the camera. Apparently, if people want the camera, I'll set up the light, and just make sure it's all right. And we'll play that for 2 hours. And we'll do that from 6:15 to 8:15, and then next Wednesday, same time, but it'll be 1 hour. So instead of it'll be 4 to 5. Then start at 5:15, go to 6:15. So it's back to back. Yep. How much time we got? We got one more. We got 1 minute and 9 seconds. All right, last questions. You got 60 seconds to knock them out before I shut the stream off, and then get the gaming stream started. But this was definitely a challenge, so I definitely want to try to avoid missing a stream, so I don't have to do 2 hour streams, because this was tough. So do you think you would live on the Citadel? Absolutely not. I don't want to deal with any damn Reapers. I want to stay out of that universe. No, thank you. I'm good. Heck, my own reality is messed up enough as it. You really think I want to deal with Reapers, or the collectors? You really think I want to deal with that? No, thank you. All right, last 10 seconds. 2 hour stream would be easy if you had more viewers. I agree. I thought we would get more, but yeah, there's currently only 6 of you. I think it never got higher than 9. I really thought more people would show up after 2 hours, because a lot of you guys voted for later streams. A lot of people, so I figured more people would show up. All right, why not a well-protected place? If you were a Capcom universe, would it be Resident Evil, Devil May Cry? Probably Devil May Cry. Okay, all right, so that's 2 hours. I want to thank all of you guys for joining in the stream. Remember, just sit tight. Give me 10, 15 minutes, and I will start up the stream on the mystery game, and hopefully some of you guys will stick around for another 2 hours for that. So again, I want to thank you guys for making this stream extra long and extra special. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will see you not only next week, next Wednesday, but in a few minutes when we do the first 3TG mystery game stream for 2024. So till then, I will see some of you guys next week, or for some of you, I will see you guys in about 10, 15 minutes. So Thank you guys for watching, and see you soon.